Hello, beautiful people. And today we have a full panel. We have Michelle, whose mic is off for some reason. Michelle,
Hi, guys.
I'm sorry you had to hear what we were talking about earlier. Poor Andrew. I really feel for you. I really have to listen to things we say. Welcome again, beautiful people. Meghan Small, Royal Daily Tea, and of course, our gorgeous Andrew. Hello, hello. How are you guys?
I'm
Hello.
good. How are you?
Good.
Doing well.
I mean, what? Who wants to start with the biggest scandal?
Which one?
I mean, the latest. I'll pull up this pic that I just sent Andrew because I mean, there's the breach of Catherine's info.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that's actually a scandal. Yes.
No, I mean for real, guys. I mean.
Yeah, that's a real one. Yeah, that's a real one.
But I mean, what do you guys make of that?
You know what? I find it very funny that Americans who claim that the royal family is boring and they hate the royal family have been nonstop in the royal family's business since January, when they have bigger things to worry about, like their own president, right? And elections and things like, and what's going on with their own economy. But they have been nonstop all over it. But the girl who posted the information about Catherine's medical stuff, that girl should be, I mean, she's taken it down, but it's still on her Substack and you can pay for it to see it still.
Wait a minute. I went to her Instagram account and it's private, Meghan Small.
Well, I have access to it.
Yeah, she's running. Yeah. What's happening right now with her is she thought she was a badass, and from what I understand, she was gloating, right?
Yeah.
She was gloating, and hey, karma's a bitch, man.
I mean, I being away, you know what? Being away on vacation for the last week and not being able to upload videos, I've really been able to just sit back and observe everything that's going on. And the people that have been jumping on this are the same people who've been trashing Catherine all the time. Imagine having your private medical information exposed for the world. Like, we as females should have an idea what kind of procedure Catherine had, right? Any woman who has had a C-section would know that it takes about 6 to 8 weeks to just even recover from that. It takes almost a year to be fully functional, for your abdomen muscles to be back to normal. So the fact that people are even complaining that this woman asked for 3 months off and people want to go and hack into her systems and read into her medical files, it all reeks of what happened when she was pregnant with Prince George. Remember, she was pregnant with Prince George and she was at King George the 8th or 7th or whatever the hospital name is. And a couple of Australian radio announcers had called in and tricked that nurse into giving confidential information on Princess Catherine. And she ended up taking her own life because of this.
That was awful.
She has 2 young children too.
The thing that's really disgusting is that, first of all, we don't know if the person you're talking about, this influencer that has that newsletter, Substack that people can buy, we don't even know what she's saying, but I think it's karma. It kind of bit her in the butt. Whether or not this true source that she had was real, she told people, oh, I know someone who works at the hospital and I know exactly what happened to Catherine. It was this and that.
Yeah.
The point is, even if you have that information, why share it? Have some decency. But to me, the thing that really makes me mad, and I'm sure you guys have the same experience, we've been out here in the streets, talking about the royals for a while. Everyone now has jumped on the bandwagon with the where is Kate? Where is Kate? They all want to get the clicks, and they realize that it brings a lot of traffic, right? So now we have all these new royal experts that are just spreading trash.
Yeah.
They like the clicks of where's Kate. So this new lady who apparently used to do Hollywood is now jumped into the sphere of royals, and she has a huge following. But what she's putting out is misinformation, for one. Yeah. We don't know 100% if that source is real. And then she's telling people what supposedly happened to Catherine. But the point is, now she's gotten herself in some trouble, right? Because I believe she's now part of that investigation of a possible breach. Apparently it wasn't breached, but there's a possibility it was breached. So now she's kind of gotten herself in trouble. She's putting herself in private mode. But it's making me sick that these new people have just jumped on board, piling on top of Catherine. The woman is sick. This is not about a divorce or another conspiracy. The woman has an illness, and people are delighting in the clickbait.
Yeah, I agree with you, Michelle. I was
upsetting me.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I wanted to add to that because I have a blogger that I watch, like a YouTuber that I watch, and she's got quite a substantial channel. And she has been running, like, she never covered the royals or anything like that. And I've been watching her for a while. She's got well over like 500,000 YouTube subscribers. And she is running with this whole conspiracy that William has a side baby and that Catherine had a psychiatric, like, she had a meltdown and Prince William had a side baby with Rose Hanbury and all this shit. Like, and I'm just like, oh my God, you have never covered the royals and now you are just peddling BS because I guess it's Sussex Squad people or people who feel like Meghan has been bullied and Catherine deserves all this, which I don't understand either. But if we really want to keep it 100, Meghan Markle has never had this level of bullying that Catherine has had consistently in the last 3 months, ever.
100%. It's mainstream now. It's mainstream.
Yeah. I mean, we all know that the royal family put a stop to a lot of articles that were coming out, which were questioning Meghan Markle and her past and things like that. They protected her. Whereas Catherine, she's being hung out to dry right now. But let's be honest, Charles was at the same hospital as Catherine. He's the king. He's the monarch. Why do they not care about, oh, what type of cancer does he have? Why not look into his files? Why not see what's going on with him? Wouldn't people be more interested in that? He's the monarch. He's the one you guys should be worried about, not Catherine. People seem to think that they own Catherine and they need to get it through their heads that Catherine may be a public personality, but nobody owns her.
Exactly.
What do you think of that, Andrew?
When it comes to the media with them, I think that they do think they own her. I think that's real, especially because of the fact that you look at what's happening. I don't remember the exact number, but there was something like $200,000 paid for that video from that farm place. It was how much?
$250,000.
Yeah, it was $250,000, and that's how much they paid for the video. And then I had also seen something like $14 million had been made so far by the media companies. So you're talking about big, big money here. And when you look at someone like Catherine, she's the entire royal apparatus. Like, William is there, King Charles is there. But when it comes to articles, when it comes to real, especially gossip as well, when it comes to real information, everyone wants to hear about her. And I think you're looking at something to where she's been gone for 3 months and a lot of people have lost out on money. So they're very, very upset about it. Very upset about it.
I agree with that.
And I mean, and the picture is not that, it's really shocking. Now we have this picture here, guys. Andrew, you didn't know about this. We've done videos about this picture. That the metadata indicates that this picture was taken on May 8th, 2019. Basically 2 days after Archie was born. And we have Harry's, remember guys, when Harry presented the, whatever the hell it was that he presented, and that shameful thing that they came out and he said that the baby had changed so much in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, but what we've picked on it, but now the press said, they say that this picture has also been edited. And immediately Meghan Markle put through page 6. Oh, no. Yeah, no. And Chris Allerton, is that his name? The guy who's...
the guy who shot the photo.
I mean, what do you make of this, guys?
Well, Misan Harriman put up a stupid message on his Instagram, acting like he is some kind of special authority who can tell Getty Photos what they can do and what they can't do, because he said that I spoke to Chris Allerton and Getty shouldn't have put an edited note on his photograph, and I demand that Getty apologizes for their misdoings and blah blah blah. And Nancy Sidley, half of the Sidley twins, put up saying, I will give you your charity of your choice $1,000 if you can prove that your photos haven't been edited. I've upped it. I've said I'll throw in another 1,000 if he can prove it.
I'll
But he
throw
hasn't
another
responded.
$10. I mean, that's all I can afford. But help me.
But the thing is that we'll know we won't lose that money because all of Misan Harriman's photos are completely edited.
But he's admitted to that. That's the even more hilarious thing. This man has admitted before. He said it before, and then he tried to show that clip. He showed the clip saying that, oh no, I didn't mean it like that, dude. The person asked him, were they under the tree? And he said no, or they weren't under a tree, and he said, yeah, they weren't. They were lost in love or some bullshit.
Misan even said that the interviewer had asked him a very pointed question.
Yeah.
And Misan even says, but I decided to answer it a different way. And he went on with his fucking word salad. But his very first answer to that question was, yeah. He said, like, he agreed with it. So call it what you want. You did Photoshop that photo. I mean, this guy thinks that just because he picked up a camera 5 years ago, that he is some like high-class photographer, world-renowned. He's not. You've been making Photoshop photos for Meghan Markle. Now go fist yourself.
I mean, what do you make of Andy Cohen now not talking about it?
Isn't there a pile of Andy
Blow
should be
somewhere.
snorting
Okay,
somewhere?
hello?
Let's be honest. Like, shouldn't he be somewhere snorting some blow with some housewives? Who the hell is he to be getting involved in this? Let's be honest.
Well,
What
it
was
comes
this
to my
loser?
point that even Hollywood now is so desperate. You have people like Blake Lively, Kim Kardashian. Who is that? What is it? Colbert, who's a friend of Harry, by the way. Everyone is jumping on the Kate Middleton, Catherine Princess of Wales bandwagon, which proves to you her relevancy. And when she comes back, she's going to break the internet. You can't buy that type of publicity. People like Meghan Markle, Kim Kardashian only wish they could have that kind of authentic press. So in my opinion, at the end of the day, it's going to be a silver lining for the royal family, because even at my work, my boss's boss, people who normally don't care, don't know anything about the royal family, are all talking about the royal family. Now, granted, it's not great. It's the conspiracy. They all love the conspiracy. But when she comes out, they're going to be so enthralled with her that, you know, they want to keep the conspiracy alive. I still believe even when Catherine shows up in person, you're going to have people saying, that's not her. Nope, it's a body double. It's not her. People just don't want it to go away. They want to keep it alive. But in a way, I think it's going to be good for the royal family, because now more people will know about what they do. Their charities will be highlighted. Right now, Catherine, I believe, is the most popular royal all over the world. She's the most trusted royal all over the world. So in a way, it's kind of like a good thing and a bad thing, I guess, at the same time. But I think it makes the celebrities who are trashing her, like Andy, really, Andy Cohen's about to get fired from Bravo, from what I heard. It doesn't look good for them.
What did he? What did you say?
Well,
What do you mean?
there's rumors he could get fired because there's a huge controversy with all the housewives, that there's several people suing Bravo, saying that Andy and the network wanted people to drink. They wanted people to fight, because it's good for the ratings. And so there's several lawsuits that are now pending against Bravo and Andy Cohen from housewives.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
He could be losing his job. So maybe he needs to worry about his little burger sugar and, what's going on in his own backyard versus spreading rumors about Catherine, a sick woman.
I mean, and you know what's terrible? I got to tell you something, because I have an interview that I am posting. I messaged her instantly. Who did you message, Megan Small?
The comment said Angel put that hi Molly, I hope you called out that YouTuber, the one that I was talking about who was spreading the BS about
Oh,
Catherine being in
yeah.
a psych hospital now. And yeah, I did reach out to her, but she hasn't responded back to me. But clearly those
I
videos
don't think
make views for her. They get her the views and they get her the clicks. So I can't stop people from spreading conspiracies on their pages, right? All I can do is just go on their YouTube page, leave a comment, or message them privately via like Instagram or their other socials, which I do.
Hmm. And I, I want to call out, because the mainstream media, I don't know about you, Andy, or any of you have even reached out to. I was reached out by somebody on the Uvalde school board, that is there, and they gave me an interview, which I'm trying to distort the voice as much as I can with my little knowledge I have, because they want to remain anonymous. But she showed me the emails that Meghan's camp was sending them on a daily basis, pretty much harassing them into allowing her to asking, like the parents apparently shut her down, the parents of the children shut her down. And the school board, she wanted to come, and she kept offering $10,000 and then $20,000 to come and film at the school with herself, and then being nice to her. And they were like, like what she did with that Texas guy, the
Yeah.
sister of the teacher.
Yeah.
And the school said no. And they told her that if she wanted to donate money, she could do it like many other stars had done, very quietly. That, like apparently they did receive donations, and the parents, received some donations for for everything, right? Some stars were giving money, like, and they said, why can't you just donate quietly? And the school reached out to mainstream media to talk about this, right? Because it was absolutely relentless harassment on behalf of Rachel Meghan Markle, and the mainstream media was not interested in publishing that story, so they reached out to me.
It's the same thing she did with the Harlem school. We saw the emails that were leaked, right? And how pestering her team was. I mean, this was a school in like the poorest area of Harlem, where most of the families are on welfare and they're below the poverty line, and she's asking for cushions and specialty items. Like, this bitch has no sense of reality. Let's be honest.
I mean, it's actually quite embarrassing. I mean, Andy, what do you make of Harry hanging out with Corey Gamble? That's the what's his name?
Yeah. Corey
Very
Big Hips.
well, hold on. You can't, Paula. You have to remember, there's no photos of Corey and Harry hanging out. So if there's no photos of them hanging out, then it never happened. You have to remember that.
But according to them, they said that it did happen. Who leaked that?
Well, I mean, if there wasn't photos of Princess Catherine and William at the farmer place, like they said before, then there's no photos of Harry. But you know what I mean? Like, it's something to where, do I think they even hung out? I don't even think that was true. I think that that's just simple gossip to try and say that the whole Kardashian Markle thing, I think that's real. They're doing something to try and have, and I don't understand it. No, I'm being serious when I say that. I do not understand the connection where you're trying to make Meghan Markle and Prince Harry and connect them to the Kardashian. Those are two negative imaged families. Like, the Kardashians aren't some type of positive image that you want to connect yourself to. So why would that happen if it just doesn't make any sense to me. And I still can't fathom why the Kardashians would want to be affiliated with her as well. Like, if you were to say some reality, right? Because I ran the story yesterday about them possibly coming out on the actual show. And it doesn't make any sense as well, because that's what the whole connection is. Them coming out on the Kardashian show like a cameo, the same story from October. To be honest with you, I think that it was just a recycled narrative of the Kardashians and the two morons. That's what I think. I don't think there was any validity to it whatsoever.
But didn't they say, Andrew, that I don't know if it was Kim Kardashian's stylist, the one that was now helping Meghan Markle do the jam, her jam.
No, I thought it was Adele's stylist. I had.
No, he's helping her with the jams. Apparently, he's one of the investors or something. Did you guys hear that?
I heard about the Skims people, the guys, the
That's the
is that
one.
what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
The two founders who are actually behind the funding of Skims and actually mostly own Skims. But yeah, I hear that's just, you know what? I don't know. There's so many stories running around right now that you know how Meghan Markle is.
Yeah,
She
it just
likes to
sounds like
drop fake stories into the media, and you just got to watch and see if it happens. It seems to me like Meghan's gone back to playing her old games where she likes to connect her names to more wealthy people to make it seem like she's an interesting person. That's what she did when she was nothing but the office slut in suits.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no, I know, I understand, I know, but it's quite too many. And we saw Doria getting a picture with Kim Kardashian, and then Kim Kardashian on my way to find Kate. I mean,
that was so
I gotta tell you, I love Kinsey Schofield's reply to that. You don't run around the same circles, hon. Ray J.
Yeah.
That was a
I
good
thought
one.
that was brutal. You don't run around the same. I mean, she could ride for miles and miles. I think she was just angry because I don't know if have you heard that she tried to get tickets to the Jubilee concert for the 70th or the coronation concert, something like that. Which one was it? Do you guys remember? And they were denied.
It was the Queen's Jubilee. She flew in for the Queen's Jubilee and wanted to get tickets for it, but nobody cared about her existence there. So then she flew right back to California.
Oh my God. Do you think she's, I mean, I just don't understand why Hollywood. Do you think that it's because they're backing Meghan?
Well, they'll back anyone that has the fire. And I mean, let's face it, Meghan Markle gets the ratings. Not like Princess Catherine does. Princess Catherine is currently the most important person on the planet. She was even rated higher than Joe Biden and the entire sport of baseball under Google searches. So Princess Catherine is at the top. But when you look at articles, you know, that's the thing about it. You have a lot of people on social media. They always say, stop clicking on articles. Stop clicking on articles. Well, because Meghan Markle gets the clicks. I think that's real. But like Meghan's most said, I do. I think it's all fake. I don't think there's any connection between Kim Kardashian and Meghan Markle. I don't think there's ever going to be a Skims for Meghan Markle. She has no ass and no tits, so there's nothing. Like I don't think there's
ways.
Like I don't think there's ever going to be a Meghan and Harry on the Kardashians on E. Like I don't even, does that show even exist anymore? I don't know.
Can I just say that I am just waiting for all of these women who piled on Catherine. I'm just waiting for them to just post like some kind of stupid feminist quote about supporting women so that I can drag their asses to hell and back.
Well, but Molly, it's because you don't get them. They don't like. It's the same thing with conservatives. Like if you're talking about a liberal woman, then they love them. But if you're talking about, let's say, Candace Owens, they'll talk shit about Candace Owens all day long.
Yeah.
See, so when it comes to Princess Catherine, well, what is Princess Catherine? She's a part of the evil monarchy, the white monarchy. That's
we have seen Catherine out in public and in the press for over 20 years, and she has never had any scandal behind her, but they want to like attack her like she's an evil racist because a pathological liar said so.
Yeah.
It's 100% Harry and Meghan. If, like I said, if they never would have done the Oprah interview, I don't think the royal family would have gotten the mass amount of hate that we've seen over the past 3 years. It's crazy, the amount of hate. And there's a couple of YouTubers on here. This one lady is just saying the most horrific things about William, insinuating he's domestic violence and drink. Yeah. Now, look, I know we all rib Harry and Meghan and we all make fun of them, but at least we actually have real news articles and we talk about things they've actually done and said. We don't just come up here and talk BS conspiracy theories. We actually have news articles and stories to prove. We talk about his book. We talk about the Netflix docuseries. We have receipts, right? But when I was watching some of these channels, it's the delight that she had in her voice saying, oh, he was beating her, oh, he was doing this, the affair, the baby. There's no evidence of any of that. So this affair rumor was started in 2018. We've had several people like Tom Bauer, Valentine Lowe, even Omid Scooby-Doo have all come out and said after 5 years, there's no evidence of an affair. It is literally from a tweet.
Yeah, and you know that thing that we're talking about Oprah, guys, because I don't know if you've seen this Instagram post by Oprah. Oprah Daily, Meghan Markle speaking out on the seemingly endless toxicity on social media and the bullying and abuse she received while pregnant with Archie and Lilibet. Tap the link in our bio to read her experience. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, guys, is because they are sitting down to do a follow-up 3 years after the bombshell with Oprah. And Oprah is framing this narrative. This is why Meghan talked in Texas at the Southwest thing. She said, all of that, and she sticks her tongue when she talks. I guess she's used to licking, but the bulk of the bullying she received was while she was pregnant with Archie, with a newborn that was Archie. And I mean, I don't understand why she had to emphasize that, but because they're trying to frame the new interview as the bullying that Meghan suffered at the hands of people as a pregnant woman. And I just want to make a correction here. Meghan Markle was not bullied. She was called out for the lies. And she specifically chose to claim to be pregnant and do the interview so people would think twice or three times before actually calling her out on her lies. You know, because she thought, if I'm pregnant, nobody's going to call me out because then I'm going to accuse them of bullying, which is what she's doing right now. What do you think they're going to talk about? I mean, do you think that Oprah's doing just like she did that special on obesity? She was caught lying. She lied. And, you know, and then she does this special, which was very expensive on Monday, just to prove that, no, she's not a liar. I mean, why do you...
immoral people don't care if they lie and get caught. They just keep on going. And that's why you see Meghan Markle get busted over and over and over again, lying, and then she gets caught and she just keeps on going. It's how do I put this? It's more of a PR tactic when it's that sort of thing where you get busted lying and saying something and then you just continue on. A certain political party here in the States does that. And it's simple PR. That's all it is. It's just, oh, well, they're going to call you out for lying. Well, I don't care. I'm just going to go on tomorrow as if nothing happened. That's, you know, it's simple PR tactics that these people use. But when it comes to actual lies, you know, who's going to call these people out for their lies? The media that they pay? That's not going to happen.
And I mean, what do you guys make that she hasn't even been able to get to 600,000? And out of that, I did a video because I went into the Inbeat, which is basically reads how many of those accounts are inactive. Inactive means, guys, that it's, you know, pretty much accounts that don't post or anything. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Hello, guys?
Yeah. I'm sorry, what was the question that you asked?
That Meghan Markle hasn't been able to get to 600,000. How many days is it now?
And she's like 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5 days. And I did a video because I showed that there's a few applications that you can run. The I don't know how you call the name of the handle, and it will tell you how many of those accounts are real and how many accounts are inactive. Meghan Markle has over 51% of those accounts are inactive followers. What does that mean?
I think that I wish we could get that kind of information for the fake bots on Twitter. But, you know, when it comes to fake followers, would anyone expect anything different from her? You know, and that's why, who are the people that are supposed to call that out? The media. They're not going to, because she's paying them.
It's been 6 days since she launched her Instagram.
How many?
6 days. She did on the 14th. 6 days, 551. And someone like Jennifer Aniston, when she did her Instagram, within I think 5 hours, she had over 1 million followers. So we're talking almost a week. And she's at 551 followers in 6 days. Now, granted, she doesn't have a product, right? So maybe she puts a product on there. But to me, the Sussex squad, I'm sorry, not the Sussex squad, but Sussex Royal, they had what, 9,000 or 9 million followers. So I don't understand, where are all her fans? They had 9.2 million followers back in what, 2019, 2020. Well, where are those 9 million followers? 551 in 6 days? Not even a billion?
Meghan Small, I saw this story that you posted about. I wonder if Meghan took items from the cheesy variety shoot, because apparently there was that she's been accused of that so many times, right?
Shoes from the Reitman. She stole shoes, Paula. You know those Aquazara shoes that she wore in her engagement photo? Rumor is those are the stolen shoes from that Reitman photo shoot that she did for that clothing line in Canada. People said those are stolen shoes, wearing dirty stolen shoes for her royal engagement photo.
It's not the first time she's done that.
Allegedly. Gotta correct that.
What did you say? What did you say, Meghan?
It's not the first time she's done that. And if you scroll down on my Twitter page, Paula, I have another example, perfect example of Meghan wearing photo shoot clothing to go out to the Soho House afterwards. So she.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. I saw that one. Yes, it's true. This is who. Oh, this is the woman that they say looks like Catherine, right?
She looks like Lisa
She looks
Vanderpump.
nothing like
Yeah, she does. Look at that. She looks like
No,
Lisa
she
Vanderpump.
doesn't. She looks more like Adam Sandler's wife.
She does not look like Catherine
She
to
doesn't
me.
look
Like
like
I
Catherine
would
for
not
shit.
think of you to be Catherine. No, not at all.
No, that's true. And look at, she really does look like Lisa Vanderpump. Oh shit. We have those pictures. I hope that they come out and talk about these pictures too, you know?
I hope so too, because those photos were released via Sussex Royal, right? And the Royal, it was released on their Instagram. It wasn't released on the Royal Family page at all, but the Royal Family went along with it. And I've always had my suspicions over these photos, any photos that were taken by Chris Allerton, because remember, he was the one that took the photos from inside the Queen's private apartment for their Netflix special. Remember?
That's true. They were walking.
He also took the photos of Harry and Meghan inside the Queen's tea house, like in her little playhouse that she had.
It's a dollhouse that the Queen was made for the Queen. Yeah, it was gifted.
Yeah, so these photos were not shared by the royal family. They were shared via Sussex Royal Instagram, and I feel like the royal family just went along with it, which has always pissed me off, because it's like, why would you go along with this? Because now look, now Harry and Meghan are going to turn this around. Well, Catherine photoshops her photos, so who cares if we put out Photoshop photos? Like,
but didn't Meghan say that she would make that mistake, Meghan Small, that she was,
she has a freakish eye for detail, right? But we all know the woman who wears like chewed up, wrinkled clothes has a freakish eye for detail, right?
Well, they haven't put out any photos of them two. Like, since this whole thing started, we don't have any official photos of the two morons. We haven't even actually seen them in public, because the Canada trip was before all of this. And the last time we saw Harry was before all of this. So the next photos that come out of these two morons, they better be perfect, or we're going to rip them to shreds.
I agree.
This is the expos you're talking about, right?
Yeah. So basically, this was a photo shoot that Meghan did in 2016. The dress was given for the shoot. The jewelry was given for the shoot. The shoes were given for the shoot. Everything. She later went to Soho House. She left the photo shoot, and then she went to Soho House wearing all of the jewelry, earrings, dress, and she hung out with Sophie Trudeau, and this was 2016, and Jessica Mulroney. And then they did an article on Meghan's shoes in her shoe closet. And if you look through her shoes, you see those exact pair, which I've magnified for everyone to see. And if you see right beside those shoes, Paula, the cream colored ones on your left. Yeah, right there. Sorry, the ones with the straps on your right. Yeah, those are the stolen ones from the Reitman's ad also.
These ones right here, guys.
Yeah,
okay?
those ones. Those aren't the ones that she wore during her engagement. I know Michelle said that, but the engagement ones were strappy. These ones were like super strappy. You see? Those ones were the ones that were worn in the Reitman's.
I wonder how many of these shoes are stolen. I mean,
that's what I want to know.
doubt.
The thing is that, okay, I don't understand how, because when I was, okay, I used to do a lot of modeling when I was younger. And when you go to photo shoots, everything is itemized on a table. Everything is accounted for. Like, you leave with the clothes that you came in
Yeah.
for the shoot. I don't understand
Yeah,
how she
I do agree, but I you have to remember, Megan's Mole. They're not going to accuse her, because if they accuse her,
Well,
then there
no,
will.
I didn't. You don't get accused. Like, we had a girl walk off with a bracelet, and the girls, like, they just called her. They were like, "Hey, can you check? Do you have a bracelet with you? Because we need this back." Right? And they check.
Oh,
And then if she denies
Megan
it,
would
then you
never.
take it the step further, right?
I'm pretty
But
sure
she
they
didn't
called her.
deny it.
I think if this happened the way it sounds like it did, and it looks like it did, the way you just showed those shoes, I think they probably called her and they were like, "Hey, you took those Aquazura shoes," and she's like, "Well, no, I mean, I thought they would have been a gift. They're not a gift. I don't get to keep them."
Well,
And
she
she would
said,
have
you
done.
know what, Andrew? She apparently they're from we understood from the source or somebody that said that she was contacted, and the reason she gave when she was a nobody, that she took those items because she didn't want anybody selling them on eBay
And then
after she
she's
sold
selling them. That's what made it worse, because you know that report that you ran, or I've seen that. Yeah, I know you ran the story, but I've
Yeah.
seen it going around on social media. I believe it was about 6 months ago, maybe, that I ran the story about someone selling Palace stuff on eBay. So
Yep.
then you take that story from 6 months ago and you add it to what's happening now, that there's literally an eBay profile. I saw all the stuff on the eBay profile, and it's all stuff that she was wearing. And there's literally, you put those things together, that means she probably did steal stuff from the palace and sell it on eBay. That's real. This is really happening. It's not Netflix. This isn't The Crown. This is real life.
No, and also we've seen that she has a tendency to keep the price tags, because actually one of the people in our group reached out to this particular seller, and the person replied that she didn't have the receipts, but they all had the original tags.
Well, I've seen
And
that.
that fits in perfectly with what was being said about in the beginning, when Meghan and Jessica were working hand in hand, and they would give receipts to King Charles to pay for the clothes, and they would keep the clothes and then sell it online and then split the proceeds between them. And now Meghan's cut out Jessica so she could keep all the proceeds for herself.
That's just so what's the word? It's not scammer. There's like a word
It's
for
fraud,
that.
isn't it? It is a scammer. It is
Is
a
it
scammer, but
scamming?
because
Is
it's
that
scam, yeah.
scamming? But it's like, and that's why the whole call girl thing is not difficult for me to believe, because a person that would do something like this is of course gonna suck dick for money.
And talking about that, guys, we have to talk about this one, because now that we're gonna go back to Megan Small, because I want to go through your how do you call it, your ex account, but I want to show you guys this thing. Have you seen this? Have you seen this man, just like in Deadpool? Have you read this blind item? A person who has spent time with a disgraced producer says the producer is having the time of his life reading about an upcoming wedding because he had sex with the bride. Weinstein and Markle. I mean, what do you guys make of that?
You know, the problem that I have with the whole Weinstein thing is that guy's really, really ugly. So, Megan, I'm talking directly to you. You have no shame. That is fucking disgusting. That's fucking
Honestly,
gross.
I don't even think Meghan was on his radar. She wasn't
Yes,
even.
she was. Yes, she was. I don't think she was on his radar. Oh, he thought she was beautiful, but he was at the Toronto Soho House when they
That
launched
doesn't mean
that.
that he wouldn't take it. Like, I know what she means. She means, like, as in that he didn't give her any work. Well, he's not going to give her any work because the blowjob probably sucked. Probably
Well,
all teeth.
Well, like I said, I think she was desperate to line herself up, but I don't think she was even good enough to be in the lineup, because he was looking at people like Gwyneth Paltrow, Jennifer Lawrence, like he was, with like Rose McGowan. Meghan Markle was barely a C-list actress on Suits that nobody even heard of. So what I'm saying is Harvey Weinstein wasn't even looking her direction. She was like, "Give me my drink, waitress." Seemed like she was that.
Apparently, this happened way before she was even on Suits. Apparently, she was struggling to get work. You know what I wonder? I wonder if Trevor knew about this, because I know she was going into Hamptons. She was going all kinds of things. She was, I don't know if you guys saw this lady Kirby Sommers on P Dinah, where she said that she's absolutely sure Meghan Markle was on that trip with Andrew in Thailand, and Jeffrey E. Did you guys watch that video?
No,
That
I
in
didn't see it.
Yeah, Kirby Sommers apparently is one of the victims, and she's writing a book and stuff like that. And she gave links, I mean, proper links to Jeffrey E. Hart. But she was like, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind, because there's this victim, Karina, I think her name is something like that, where Meghan Markle was on that yacht that many of us have done videos about. And Meghan Markle is sitting right next to her. I don't know where, I think she was from Russia or someplace that they brought her over. And she was like giving proper links. This lady's not even speculating. She's like, this and this and this and this and that, because I was one of those. You know what I mean? It's actually quite scary when you think about that.
It's gross. That's an ugly fucking man.
I don't know how he married that.
But you know what? I do have one here for Megan's mole, because this is a William versus Charles narrative, and I wanted to save this one for right now. So, Megan's mole, you want to hear this one?
Let's go. Let's hear it.
Oh, damn it. Hold on. Now I have to freaking archive it. Because the Times, you know how the Times is, you always have to archive their shit.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah.
And right now, it's Kensington Palace versus Buckingham Palace. That's what they're trying to push out. Prince William is a team player. Why can't he work with King Charles? A closer relationship between Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace could help the Prince of Wales cope with the pressures of being heir to the throne. This has been a team effort. It's the only way it's going to work. So this is the start of the journey. This is the beginning. I'm excited to see that you are all sat around the table. The Prince of Wales said as he convened in Sheffield on Tuesday. So what they're trying to do now, Megan Small, is more of the Buckingham Palace versus Kensington Palace. Yeah. And I did also see, I wanted to ask you about that. I did also see people blaming Buckingham Palace for the Catherine thing.
I feel like the media likes to play a lot of games. They like to fan a lot of flames when there is no drama there. I feel like Buckingham Palace, I'm upset with Buckingham Palace because I feel like the king should have said something to protect Catherine. Like, they know that Catherine is their diamond, basically. They know that Catherine is their draw. And the fact that they just let her hung out to dry like that just made me sick. If King Charles has enough energy to go and meet with cabinet ministers, then why couldn't he put out a simple statement to stop the harassment of a woman who only asked for 3 months off so she could recuperate? But he didn't. But he's constantly has his darling boys back. They constantly shielded Harry and Meghan from the press, but you've got Catherine, who's been bullied by the press since she began dating William. And the royal family have never really had her back. Honestly, if I was Catherine, I would say, you know what, screw you, you royal family, you deal with your shit yourself, because my mental health means more than the royal family. Right. And she's in the position where she is the draw for the royal family, but they don't seem like they appreciate her at all. I don't know. Yeah. That's just how I feel.
Do you think they're hanging her up to dry? Because if you think about it, the Queen, and I did a video about it, the Queen in 1981, when Princess Diana was being harassed, she had her private secretary summon all the heads of main newspapers in the United Kingdom to ask them to leave Princess Diana alone, because she needed some privacy, because they were harassing her while she was pregnant. Do you guys remember that? It was all over the newspapers. Yeah. The Queen did that. And I've said this before. If Charles can't take care of business because he's ill, then that's their regions for that reason. And I can guarantee you that if they let Princess Anne take over for like even 2 months, we're going to have the royal family sorted out and the monarchy back on tip-top shape. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to have to say I disagree with Meghan's mole, respectfully. I think what happened is the palace, I don't think they handled it 100% correctly, but I do not believe that they're definitely hanging Catherine out to dry. 100% don't believe that. But what I do believe was the palace was not prepared for the amount of hate and controversy that this was going to spew. They
Michelle,
hold on. They simply announced that Catherine was ill and that she was having surgery returning after Easter. And then all of the hate and the conspiracy theories got out of control. So then she releases a photograph to say, hey guys, I'm okay. That was another controversy. So the palace was not prepared for the hate, conspiracy theory, bless you, that was happening. I do not believe they purposely put her out to dry, but I don't believe they handled it correctly. And we also have a king who is battling cancer, and we have a very slimmed down monarchy. So you are correct. They need to do something. Okay, there's a crisis, in my opinion. And yes, Princess Anne would do great, but the woman can only do so much. And she's already, doing everything that she can. So I don't believe that they're plotting against each other. However, there's definitely a problem.
I feel like, okay, well, they put out the announcement in January, right? That Catherine was going in for her abdominal procedure or surgery. Okay, so they saw the backlash in January. They saw the backlash in February. It is now March 20th, and they still see the backlash and haven't said anything yet. So how is that not? I mean, Catherine is the draw for the royal family. If King Charles is well enough to get up and meet cabinet ministers, why can't he put out a simple worded statement in mid-February, early March? This harassment has been at levels that people have never seen.
But they did. They made the announcement in January she was having surgery. Then they doubled down and said, we've already told you she's had surgery. She's coming back after Easter. What more do you need to hear? In my opinion, if you keep feeding the trolls, they're going to keep coming back to eat. You can't win with this type of press, because then they're going to start controlling the royal family. So the royal family has been very transparent because King Charles is the king. Catherine is not. She's married to the heir apparent, but they have given information that she wants to give. They have said that she might talk about it in the future. But in my opinion, we don't need to know right now all the details. They told us.
Yeah, but it's not about us.
She's coming back.
It's not about us, though.
She's coming back. If it was after Easter, then I would say, okay, we need to know more what's happening. We haven't gotten to Easter yet. So they give out a photograph, and what happens? They get attacked. They give out another statement, they get attacked. So what else can they do besides wheeling Catherine out, holding a newspaper saying, hey guys, I'm here? What else can they do at this point? Because they're not going to win. We even have a video of Catherine walking, and people still don't believe it. So what else can the palace do now at this point besides bring Catherine out after Easter?
I think they could put out a statement saying that the abuse should stop.
Yeah, that right now, just now, Andy, just now on Daily Mail, it says Downing Street urges nation to get behind the Princess of Wales amid probe into medical record breach at London as William carries out. You know what? People think that when they said Charles should put a stop to it, people think that it's Charles sitting behind a computer and he doesn't have time. No. They have highly qualified staff. I'm 100% here with Meghan's mom. I mean, and it's okay, guys. We can have different opinions.
Yeah.
They could have stopped this at any point in time by issuing a very serious, stern thing, saying, like when Harry did that. Remember when Harry did the racist thing? They could have said that this is now abusive, that this is now and is affecting Catherine's mental health and recovery. I can guarantee you that the stop would have they would have put an end to that. Just like Harry said, if you talk about the lies my girlfriend is saying, you're a racist. Leave my girlfriend alone.
I think what Meghan's mole is talking about is something where it's literally Buckingham Palace or King Charles's name on the top, and then it's a paragraph telling people to shut the fuck up, like something. That's what I think. Like if you were to have a letter come out and it said signed by King Charles or by his comms team, and it, you know, in nice classy letters telling the Meghan's morons to shut the fuck up. That's what people are talking about by leaving her out to dry. But I understand what she's saying as well, because you know, even like, let's say that even happened, would they listen? No, because the people that are regurgitating these conspiracies, they're pieces of shit, and they're doing it because it gets them engagement, simply
Yeah.
because
But
it gets them
wait a minute.
engagement.
Did you see this idiot BBC presenter from the BBC? Did you guys read that?
Well, the BBC
Hold
is
on,
very
Paula. Before you get into that, Paula, hold on. I'm gonna piggyback off of Andrew. So what you're saying is you guys want the king to come out and make a formal announcement. But here's the thing. That's what Meghan Markle wanted the royal family to do when she was in the royal family, and she had a couple, like a handful of tabloids saying negative things about Meghan, which they were actually reporting facts about her family and her past. She wanted the royal family to make an announcement and to put out a bulletin to stop talking about Meghan. See, this is what Meghan wanted, and the royal family said, we don't do that. We simply just carry on. So now if the king was to actually go and do that, guys, it's not going to stop. It's going to lower, saying, oh, we can make the king dance for us now. So again, and then Meghan would come out and be like, you didn't do that for me. You know what I'm saying? So the king can't do that. They've already released several statements. So it's better for the king, in my opinion, to carry on, do his job, and to ignore the conspiracies and the haters, because you're feeding the trolls, and they've already given out 2 statements.
So then what is it?
My
So
opinion.
then, hold on. I agree with what you said, but the problem with it is that if that kind of view was what they were going for, then why didn't they just stick with the January announcement of Easter?
Yeah.
Yes,
And I'm
yes.
thinking there's nothing wrong, because the queen has already done that. The queen, when there, and I can guarantee you that if King Charles has said, listen, the continuing bullying and harassment and conspiracy theories online are affecting the mental health of Princess Catherine, of the Princess of Wales, I kindly request we give her time to recover without bullying and harassment. As if he had said something about her mental health status and how it's affecting her, I can guarantee you people would think twice before, because we've seen even pictures of Catherine being punched and everything in the face. I mean, those are disgusting, guys.
But I think the point is the palace, again, even William had said famously, you can only do so much with the press. If they constantly fought every single negative thing in the press, they wouldn't do anything else. They've already made their statement twice. A lot of people are backing the royal family. They're backing Catherine. So if you continue to fight the trolls, you're kind of getting down in the mud with them, and you're never going to win. They're going to ping right back at you and say, well, what did you mean by that statement? They're going to rip that statement apart, and then they're going to ask another question on that statement, and it's just going to keep going. The best thing they can do is stand by their original, we've already given you the information. If you don't like it, lump it. That's our statement, is our final statement. We said the same thing. We're not wavering. They've already given a photo that blew up in their face. We had the woman walking on a video that's blown up in their face. So at this point, don't even bother working with the trolls. It's not going to work. And that's why the queen was so successful, because she said, never complain, never explain. That's why Meghan Markle was so pissed off, because she wanted the king and the queen to write a letter and to stop the press. And they said, no, Meghan, we can't do that. You just have to keep going. And she quit over that. So in my opinion, if you have the king give out a letter saying you're hurting her mental health, that's not going to do anything. People should have common sense.
Yeah, but
Isn't there a
I
difference between
understand. But
sticking up
the
for your
problem with
senior
that,
member?
the problem with that line of thinking is that it's already happened. It's already happened twice. That if what you were saying is how it should have been, then they would have stuck with the original announcement. You see, they
They
came
did.
out.
They changed
They
it.
came out with the second announcement because people were complaining, and then they came out with the photo because people were complaining. Like, I get what you're saying, but the timeline of events doesn't match. Because if it was Queen Elizabeth, she would have just stuck with the January Easter announcement, period.
They
And
stuck
that's
with the
all
same
it would have been.
announcement. They've never wavered their announcement. They said Catherine would return to her royal duties after Easter. So unless the Easter bunny showed up at your house, Andrew, it's not Easter.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
What
they
did
put the
they change?
photo out. They put out a second
No, no, no.
statement.
Catherine put out
And
a photo.
yeah,
Catherine put out a Mother's Day photo that she does every year.
yeah, but the photo was for the conspiracies.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. So the fact
Yeah,
that she tried to address the issue, it blew up in her face. So now
yeah.
you want the king to come out and make a statement. That's another mistake. So at this point, they just need to leave it alone until after Easter and let her come out and do her job. Because again, you're feeding the trolls. And look what has happened. It has blown up in their face.
Yeah.
You
What do you
can't win.
think, Small? I mean, you were saying that they're throwing their senior royal because that cat is out of the bag. But we're gonna close with that. I agree with Megan Small. But I mean, what do you? I'm gonna talk about this, guys. What do you make of the visa application for Harry that apparently the DHS can't find in this day and age, a visa application?
He's an illegal.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, Megan Small. I'm
Okay.
asking you.
So basically what I think happened there is that you remember in their Netflix mess that they stated that Harry and Meghan were on Vancouver Island, and when the pandemic hit and when borders were closing, Meghan called up Tyler Perry crying, "We need help." Blah, blah, blah. He sent his jet over there. And I believe Harry got on that jet, went over to California, and never even filled out anything. I think he's just been in the country the whole time, hasn't filled out any documents, nothing. And now DHS is scrambling because they ain't have any shit to pull up. You're trying to tell me you can't find Prince Harry's documents? Yeah, that tells me you don't have anything.
He's an illegal.
I agree with you, Megan. I don't think he ever filled out an application. I think he got in through some friend high up because he's Prince Harry. I mean, let's be real. You know, he's a prince.
And he's used to having everyone else do his work for him, fill out paperwork for him. I believe he got onto Tyler Perry's jet, went over to Tyler Perry, started smoking weed, and that's it. He's never done anything else besides scratch his ass and smoke weed.
And you know what it is, though, because if you're a tourist, you can be in the country for 90 days and then you can get out and come back again. And we know that Harry and Meghan have been traveling a lot. But I believe that you can only do that up to 3 times before immigration really questions to define your status.
Yeah,
you know what?
He's done that more than 3 times.
Yeah, and I think that's where we're facing and what's incredible, how is he getting paid?
That's is it through his if it's through his LLC corporation, maybe they're paying Art12, right? That's how they're making money. They're not paying him directly. I assume they're paying through Art12. And he's getting a check somehow.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, finish. I had something else to say. Go ahead.
No, I don't have. My thing is, I am curious how he's here because he's been here, 4 years? And he's traveled several times, and now they don't have an application. So I am curious to see if somebody filled out an application on his behalf, like an assistant or something. But I am curious to see if he has a diplomatic visa. What kind of visa would he get? You know, it's just interesting.
I don't think he has a diplomatic visa because I think the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the British Ministry of Foreign Affairs, would have a lot of explaining to do. Those are not just handed out nilly-willy, guys. Those are, I cannot. Please go look at the Vienna Convention Treaty for Diplomatic Affairs. You'll be surprised how. He doesn't live in Washington. His house is not marked nor reported as. You have to report who are the diplomats from each nation in the host country. His is not. His cars don't have CD, which is called diplomatic license plate. It is a whole procedure, that's happening there. But what do you think is going to happen with that?
I think we need to take a look at Ashley.
Nothing at all.
Ashley, oh yes,
right. because Ashley is an immigration lawyer. So she could easily access some files, put some bullshit in, and just say, okay, well, you're in for now, right? I think we really need to take a look at his files.
Yeah,
and see
but
what's going
that's
on.
still Megan's Mole. The problem with that is that would still take effort. Like ever since this thing broke about the Heritage Foundation, I've thought the whole time he's a lazy piece of shit. He's a rich piece of shit. So of course he doesn't actually do anything for himself. So he's not going to bother to fill out an application.
Yeah.
I've thought the whole time this man is he's an illegal, but as you know, we can't call him now. You got to call him undocumented. He doesn't have any kind of paperwork whatsoever since the beginning. And it's very, very obvious that this is just some rich, high-profile douchebag that is getting preferential treatment. I truly
his father
believe
is the king.
Yeah, his father's the king, you know,
Yeah.
and I truly believe he's an illegal.
Yeah, and the US and the UK are allies too, right? So it's not like they're going to do anything. I don't think we will ever see something like Prince Harry deported back to the UK. I don't believe anything like that would happen. Monster. Shh.
There will be
I don't know. We might be. You might be if Trump gets into power. According to him, is not good. Oh, by the way, what was Obama doing visiting? I mean, does he have a special government anything in the U.S. at the moment? Because he went into Downing Street and was with the prime minister for about an hour, guys. Did you guys see that?
They were probably drinking the blood of children.
Well, he is the Antichrist, so.
And what is this with Doria? Why are they calling her a social worker, guys? Can somebody? She doesn't have a social worker license.
Doria is doing like royal tours now. So open this screen up because I want to point out something. So Doria went with this Gina Zapata. If you remember Gina, she was the one that was with Doria on the second night of the Beyonce concert. Yes. She's a lawyer. Okay. So they went together to a place called St. Anne's Family Services and she took Doria Ragland for a tour. Now listen to this, to learn about the services and programs offered to children, youth, and families. So they're going to use social work to con the system and the government and to get handouts and fundings from the government. That's exactly what they're doing here. FYI.
Yeah, and she doesn't have a license. I know because I did the Nadine looked into it and she had what's called an application to do
next photo.
Let me see that. License has been expired for at least 3 years and is not renewable. The registration has, you read it, Meghan Small. I don't have my glasses and I'm dyslexic, so I'm going to fuck it up.
The license has been expired for at least 3 years and is not renewable. The registration has been automatically canceled upon issuance of a license or has reached its 6-year limit pursuant to AB 166, blah, 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 blah. The board no longer registers professional corporations. Therefore, all professional corporations on this website reflect a cancel status.
This was in 2021. So why are people calling her a professional, a social worker?
Well, remember, Doria is the name behind that loving senior kindness grifting home too. So I believe this is just another way for Doria to get her hands on government funding and free money. That's what she did with the travel agency too, remember?
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
And then if you guys want to go see, there's the mystery behind Doria, where I did a live about how Doria basically, well, I think allegedly is the reason why her father is dead and took the house from him. But yeah, you guys should watch that. There's lots of paperwork and proof in there. It's crazy.
Yeah, we can talk about the website or what?
No, her YouTube channel. Meghan Small did a live where she.
No, I heard what she said. I mean, are we going to talk about the website?
The royal website.
Oh yes, we are right now. I actually pulled it up right now, guys.
Like half an hour.
Because I heard a lot of people saying, "Oh, they were demoted." I don't agree. Let me tell you something, guys, before we start, so you know. This here, the British monarchy's website gets at least 37 million hits a year. Let's say that they get 1% of that. That's 370,000 people clicking on their website. And they could, I don't understand. And I saw some people, newspapers saying, oh, they were gracious enough to put their link there. Look what it says. Information about the current work of the Duke and Duchess can be found on their official website. Instead of saying, I don't even know why that sentence is there, but they make it sound as though it's official work on behalf of the monarchy to me. And because they put the word official, instead of saying their business website is blah, 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 they put official and current work, and they have all this philanthropy thing, which is very misleading. And I know people are saying that there's nothing what it says here, and they're all happy about this picture and blah, blah, blah. Just have to scroll down and you see how much they put about them there. I mean, look, I have to keep going down and down and down and down because that's how much they have posted about them.
I don't understand why not just cut the fucking cord already.
Yeah, they could have simply said it's the working royals, and they could have got rid of Andrew and the Sussexes. Yeah. They were demoted. They're the only couple that has a joint page versus separate bios. They made it shorter, and they made it very clear at the top that they are no longer representing the crown. But I agree, they should have just been removed completely. Like I do websites. I literally would volunteer my time to go in there and delete the page for them. I just don't understand.
It takes 10 seconds, guys. I'm not techie. I am not techie. I have a website for my company, and all I need to do is Google into my admin thing and go profiles, edit profiles, remove. It takes me less than 10 seconds to delete an entire profile without any explanations to anybody. I mean, what do you think, Meghan Small? Because look, they haven't made it short. Look, I am, it takes a long time to come to the end of their page. Look at all this stuff that they put out there.
Who the hell is Prince Archie of Sussex? That's what I want to know. I mean, can I just say, like, I don't understand why King Charles wouldn't cut the fucking cord and just take them off. They're not doing, like, those two have done nothing but show themselves to be super treacherous traitors. They've done nothing to go against the monarchy. Meghan is basically shitting all over the Sandringham agreement by going forward with her whatever website it is that she released just now.
Yeah, Meghan, well, and if you go to their pages and you have to scroll down, they have actually highlighted in big. You have welcomed us into this community, have been open and honest with us, both
you
about
know what they should have done there. They should have put Meghan's quote from Archetypes about how Archie had a fire in the room and it wasn't true. They should have done that.
Look at this. As women, it is 100% our responsibility, I think, to support and uplift each other. A speech delivered by the Duchess of Sussex at the launch of the Smart Works.
But doesn't that just show her hypocrisy? I don't think she should have even been on this website at all. She's not a working royal. Why are you there?
I mean, what do you think, Andrew, since you were fucking instigating this topic?
Yeah, like that. This is the biggest issue, and this is the biggest feedback that I got from people in the emails, is that they told me for 30 minutes, everybody felt relief and hope that the royal family had actually made a move against the two morons. I must have gotten at least 30 emails, and they were, when they were emailing me that first half hour when that happened, everybody felt hope. And that was the word that I kept on getting. It's like, oh, I feel hope that they're actually going to, cut these people out of the royal family and everything's going to happen. And then it comes back and they are on the page, and you take that hope away from people. And you want me to tell you the truth? The emails I've been getting now all of the emails are how everyone is pissed off at Charles. That's what I've been getting. And I wanted to ask Meghan's Mole, how are they going to defend Charles with this now? Besides saying, oh, he's 75, he doesn't control it.
He has cancer. He can't do this. He can't manage the computers.
I have no idea because he can do whatever he wants.
Remember the old defenses? Remember the old defenses back in January and December when we would do the lives and people would be like, well, no, it's because Charles is old and it's because he doesn't know anything about tech. Well, it's updated. What are you going to say now?
People actually think it's Charles behind the computer doing
but I mean,
this.
he's got to call the shots at least. He's got to know something. Maybe have a meet. If he doesn't know, then what the hell? Why be the king for? If you're not going to know who's on the damn website, maybe have a meeting with someone or something. But that's what I wanted to ask Meghan's mole.
Yeah, I don't know with that. Like, it's all fucking sloppy.
It's indefensible, right?
Yeah, it is. It's completely indefensible. And it's like the fact that they even did the update during like why they didn't take down the website for like the live updates was crazy. I was
exactly.
like,
I was gonna say that. Why didn't they shut down the website and put a note that the website is under work?
yeah. It was, yeah, but for like, I was up on the slopes and I left my phone at the cabin. And when I came back down, I saw my phone had like 100 messages like, the Harry and Meghan have been taken off the website. Harry and Meghan. I was like, what? And then I went and I
looked. I was so excited. I did a video. I was so excited.
I looked and I was like, what? They're still there, but they're just together now. It was like a shot through the heart, basically. It was like, why are you still playing their game? I don't understand. Like, why are you still feeding into this after everything they have been doing? Like, you cannot tell me that the security people at MI5, MI6 don't know about the concerted effort of the online abuse of Catherine, right? Like, we've seen how many of the same accounts are posting the same message about Catherine over and over again, but nothing's being said about that. But you're still giving into this Prince Archie bullshit.
Let me tell you something. You watch. I don't know if you can see the message I have here. This statement was published by the Queen, by the Palace, around 9 something or 11 something, saying the Duchess of Sussex went into labor in the early hours of this morning. Right? We see that, and then the Duchess has been safely delivered of a son at 5:26 hours this morning, which is BS. And then remember that the confusion. They said, "Oh, we didn't know, we didn't get information." First of all, that would imply that the Royal Police Protection Officers have committed a huge security breach and disobeyed a direct order. Because anytime a royal lady goes into labor, in that senior anyways, they have to notify Buckingham Palace. So that means that the protection police officers decided to completely ignore a chain of command, a direct order, and not inform Palace that they were going to, because remember that confusion, guys?
Well, no, remember it was said that Marie Claire came out later and said it was Harry and Meghan who lied to the press and lied to the people to protect him from the paparazzi, they claimed. So they lied about what time Archie was born and what time he was delivered, because Meghan and Harry didn't want to, they refused to show him to the public too afterwards, right?
Yeah, but they also lied to the Palace.
Yeah, they did. They sure did. They made the Palace look stupid as hell.
But this is the thing, that the Palace would have known, because the police protection officers are under absolute orders. And, because people think that when Meghan claimed to have been given birth, it's like she's just like anybody. No, they have to sweep the floors. They have to make sure that the security is taken care of. Even when it's emergency, they have to, there's a car going ahead in case of anything that happens. So according to what they want people to believe, they threw the police protection officers under the table, under the bus, in my humble opinion. But I mean, what do you guys think about this? Do you think now, with this picture that's come out, that's as altered? I mean, it's incredible. Page 6 jumped to defend Meghan Markle.
Yeah, but page 6 is in their pocket, right?
Yeah, she probably told them to.
Pays for them. All of these American media sites that are jumping in are very pro Meghan, and WME or whatever deals with them, right? They have them put in what she wants.
Literally, I saw a list of all of the. I wish I would have saved it.
I have a screenshot, Andrew.
Yeah, all of the publications. There was a list of at least 15. And every single one of them has ran pro Meghan stories. So it's obvious where this is coming from.
No, but it's actually quite disgusting, guys. It's actually quite disgusting. But I mean, to wrap it up, what do you?
Hold
I'm going
on.
to ask you guys.
I sent something to you, Paula, that I want you to pull up real quick.
Absolutely, whatever
And
you want, Megan. Small.
it's just going.
I'm your bitch.
It's just going back to Archie's christening, right?
I had it right
And
here.
a lot of individuals have sent this to me on Twitter, and a lot of people have posted also, because if you remember the day of Archie's christening, there was William and Catherine were photographed going into Windsor Castle for the christening, and there's a photo of Catherine in a blue dress because Archofficial was a boy. So tell me why Catherine is wearing a pink dress in the christening photo.
Because it's a fake.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I just wanted to make this point. Here, you see Catherine? Oh, you just went past it.
Oh, yeah, it's right here. She's wearing a blue dress.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, this should really tell you that the christening photo is a fake.
But also the metadata, the metadata.
Yeah,
what some people have defended that? Well, it's when they turned on the camera. And I'm like, no. It's not when you turn on the camera. It's actually when you. Where's Andrew with Andrew and his internet? It's when you it's when you take a screenshot, when you take a picture. That's the moment you take the picture. That's when the metadata is captured. You can turn off and off the camera. It doesn't mean that your picture is going to be on the day you turn on the camera. Am I making myself understood with that, guys? I don't know if you can explain it better.
No, I'm not too smart about that kind of stuff.
Okay, when they take a picture, even if you turn on the camera, people were saying to me, it means that on May 8th, that's when they turned on the camera. No, you can turn on and off the camera and you take pictures. The metadata is for each capture, for each photo. For example, if I take a picture right now, the metadata will be of this moment, no matter if I turn off and on the camera. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it now. I understand.
Okay. But people were saying no, and that can't be altered. So how can they have taken up the baptism picture 2 days after that child was brought from the United States to England? I really think he was born out of. Oh my God, I want your opinion on this, guys. Please, are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
I've gotten so many emails. Don't tell me which YouTuber it is because I don't want to know. That apparently the YouTuber said that there's no need to present the doctor's signatures on the birth because the birth certificates are enough and that the children are legitimately in the line of succession.
Who said that?
I don't know, but I got so many emails saying that, oh, this YouTuber said this and that. I'm like,
a birth certificate that doesn't have a doctor's signature on it? Right?
No, apparently she said that the birth certificates are more than enough proof that they belong in the line of succession. And apparently this YouTuber had also been questioning and hinting about surrogacy, but now she's saying, well, it's the birth certificates are enough.
I want to know who that is. And I want to make a video and rip that to shreds when I get
Lady C.
What? Really?
Yep.
Why would she say that?
She said it's in a video because they sent it to me, and she actually does say that because it's so funny that they use the word legitimate because I did a video 2 days ago where I've been calling these children illegitimate.
There's going to be a big announcement this spring?
No, it's her book, Michelle. It's her book.
It's her book. Oh, okay.
She's writing a book. That's it, guys. Okay. But I've been talking and I called them illegitimate. Right? For the past 3 or 4 days, I've been calling these children illegitimate. So it's very funny she used the word legitimate, that those children are legitimately in the line of succession because the birth certificates are enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that doesn't work like that. If the Queen had 4 signatures on her documents, if Princess Anne had signatures on her documents, if everyone had it, then she has to have it also. That doesn't work like that. I'll go listen to it, Christine. Thank you.
Yeah, I actually listen because I usually don't listen. I only listen to 4 or 5 channels actively. One of yours is small, but it's really, really interesting. So they sent it to me and I'm like, no, I'm sure she didn't say that because she's been saying before that, that there's questions around the birth and blah, blah, blah. And then I question who was the doctor who released a woman who, in less than an hour, because according to Harry, they were back to the cottage within 2 hours, right? That meant they were about 50 minutes away with good traffic from the cottage from where they lived. Which doctor would release a geriatric woman who gave birth for the first time after water birthing and epidural, using an epidural? I'd like to know, because that's medical malpractice.
Yeah. That's what everyone wants to know, right?
I had my son was born via C-section, because I had to get Henrik out on month 8, because he had the umbilical cord around his neck and he was choking himself.
Mhm.
And they had to get him out on the 8th month. I mean, it is painful. I got up the very next day to walk and stuff like that. And mine was a C-section. I don't know if Meghan Markle claims to have had a C-section, not according to what Harry said. But even if she didn't have a C-section, you have to wait until the how do you call the
You got to wait 8 hours just for the epidural to wear off, right?
Okay, Belka Medina, what did the lady C say? Can you tell me? Because I actually did listen to it, and she does say that the birth certificates are enough. So, and I mean that children are legitimately in the line of succession because they have presented the birth certificate. So to me, that implies, I don't know. I mean, how much more can we say about it? So I don't know. But go listen to it, Molly, and you tell me, send me a message and tell me no, because I listened to it and I'm like, what? No. Birth certificates are not enough. And guys, the reason for that is up until 1948, it was mandatory for the home secretary and 2 other government employees to be present on royal births, and sign a document along with the doctors. It was law, verifying that those children were lawfully, came from the lady's body and were lawfully, obviously, legally belong in the line of succession. And the reason for that is because there had been a precedent of fraud, people trying to commit fraud. Laws arise out of need. So, but because they said, instead of doing that, we're going to do away with the law. So when Charles was born, that was no longer necessary, but it was protocol that in exchange for abolishing that law, they would present the easel, out in the easel, the doctor's signature with all the details of everything. So what do you think of all of that? I mean, we're going to wrap it up. So what are your thoughts on the website? Because do you think it was a demotion, or what do you think it is?
I think it's a, you want me to tell you what I really think?
Yes.
I feel like the royal family has given the public a big middle fucking finger. That's what I feel. And let me be honest, like, I feel like nothing since the queen died, the royal family has been in turmoil since she's passed away. It's like everything's gone to hell. And I feel like if the royal, like, the public look at that website and they think what's on that website should be fact. And if Harry and Meghan are still on the website as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, then people are going to think they're still working as the royal family. They're still part of the royals, which is why people are still doing business with them. I don't know. I feel like the cord should have been cut a long time ago. And this is just still like Charles giving into his darling boy and what he wants.
What do you think of that? Yeah.
Well, I agree with you and I disagree with you. I don't believe the royal family has done a bad job since the queen has passed. I think they've done a good job, although 2024 hasn't been great. That's due to 2 people having major illnesses. But I also agree with Molly that, they really should have made a clear, decisive cut. Right now, they're just putting these little Band-Aids, and the public is speaking. The public is saying, get them off the website. They're not listening to the people, which is a mistake. But part of me kind of believes, and don't shoot the messenger, this is just a feeling I have, the fact that we do have a king who is ill, are they keeping the door cracked for Harry to come back on a very small emergency part-time basis? I don't know. No, Andrew will never come back. I mean, they should just remove him altogether. But the fact that they're keeping them both on there, it's weird, because you ask the question, why? So I think personally, They made a
How do
mistake.
you think the world would react to that?
Sorry?
How do you think the world would react to that? I know how Molly, Molly, how would you react to seeing Harry being brought? I mean,
Well, let's play devil's advocate. What if the king passed away in 6 months? Unexpectedly. And Catherine, maybe she's not back. And now we're having a royal family that's in major crisis, right? Harry technically is still part of the royal fold. He's still in the line of succession. He's still a counselor of state, and he's still listed on the website, although they've made it 100% abundantly clear he does not serve the crown. However,
yeah.
it would be very easy to put him back in place if something happened. Now, in order to remove someone from a counselor of state, you would also have to remove them from the line of succession. That's a whole thing. They're not going to do that. So why? Because they're leaving the door ajar, in my opinion, for Harry. Again, they don't want him back, but if an emergency happened, we don't know what's going to happen. I mean, no one predicted the king was going to have cancer, right? It's thrown everything for a curveball. So I don't agree with them not removing them from the website, but in a way, are they doing it to where they can kind of demote them down, but then put them up if they had to? I don't know. I'm playing devil's advocate. Don't shoot the messenger. But in the back of my mind, there's just something there. And I do believe a lot of it was the queen, when she was alive, wouldn't let them sever the ties. Because if you remember, the queen was very much about protocol. Even though we do not like Harold, the man has never broken a technical law. Yes, he wrote a Dear Daddy book. Nobody likes him, but did he really break a law? No, he didn't. Andrew, on the other hand, yeah, he's not coming back. But Harry, he hasn't broken a law. So if they really needed to reach for him in an emergency situation, could they pull him to do a military job? Probably. I'm not saying they're going to, but heaven forbid if something happened to King Charles and Catherine never came back, or again, you just don't know. So,
well, if you think about breaking the law, neither has Andrew. Officially, Andrew hasn't either broken the law.
He hasn't been attached to a crime the way that
It
Andrew
doesn't
has.
matter, but
There's a new investigation, but there's a new investigation, Paula, being opened with that disgraced billionaire. So I think people would take Harry over Andrew. Not that they want either one of them, but I'm just saying worst case scenario. I just, that's all I'm saying. I know people are going to shoot me for it.
No, please, guys.
That
what do you think? What do you think?
I don't think Harry would be allowed back. I think there would be a republic before Harry is allowed back into the family. That's what I think. And I don't believe that William would ever allow Harry back. I don't think so.
Well, I'm saying under extreme circumstances where
what people don't understand is the following. First of all, according to what we've heard, if we're going to believe it, Charles asked to expand the list of what's it called?
Counselors of state.
Counselors of states. So people, for some reason, are fixated as though there's only Harry in the line of succession. No, the line of succession is quite long. They can grab from anybody, and they could, and I've been talking about this, that they could amend the line of succession to say that only royals living in the United Kingdom and born in the United Kingdom can be in the line of succession. That would take care of Harry and his children, because then if they're not living physically present in the United Kingdom, they're not in the line of succession. So we jump to Andrew, we jump to the York girls, we jump to Edward. People forget that there are other royals. For some reason, people are fixated thinking that only Harry can save the monarchy.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like I said, I was playing devil's advocate as to why was he not removed from the royal website. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're going to take him back. Surely William does not want him back. The people do not want him back. I don't want him back. We're playing worst case scenario. If everything goes to hell in a handbasket, would they technically have to let him in? That's all I'm saying. Not on a full-time basis, nothing like that. But again, he hasn't technically broken a law, although many people find him to be a traitor, which I personally do as well. But like I said, my reasoning behind the Queen, she kind of protected Harry even when they left the royal fold. But now that she is gone and it's under King Charles, I do agree that he should have made a clear cut on the website, and he hasn't. But now he's battling cancer. So now it's like, oh gosh, we don't know what's happening behind closed doors. But I do know that William most certainly will never want him back. It's unfortunately really sad. The relationship between the brothers, in my opinion, is so bad now. It is so bad. So honestly, I don't think William would take him back unless an absolute catastrophe happened, which pray that it doesn't. So yeah, I agree with you guys. I really do believe that Andrew and the Sussexes should have been removed. And I don't know why they put a link to their website. That was just like, what are you doing? So again, I'm kind of with you guys as well. I'm stumped on all of that. I think the royal family has made a mistake. They should have just said working royals and been done with it. People would have said, okay. So I don't know why they're keeping them on the website. It's very odd.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen, but we sure as hell are not happy about it. But I want to thank all my panel members. Andrew's phone died. So
it's the worst internet, I swear. I look up and he's just gone.
No, but I want to thank Meghan Small, who's taken time from her busy holidaying and at the hills, whatever, skiing.
I'll be back tomorrow. I should be, the holiday should be done tomorrow, and I should be back to uploading videos. The internet's not that great up here, and I haven't uploaded in the last 3 days. So I'll be back with you guys tomorrow there.
Awesome. We're going to see you on the Royal Mess. And I have such cool interviews, guys. I don't know Meghan Smaller and Royal Daily Tea. I'm going to do my interview. I'm going to release my interview with the lady from Uvalde. I don't know if you want to interview her, but you have to keep her anonymous. I have already checked her credentials, her ID and everything. And I can tell you that this person is legit. But they're just frustrated that the mainstream media they don't want to report on this. It's absolutely, So thank you very much for being here. Show love. Go and subscribe to these beautiful ladies, and to Andrew, of course, with his new haircut, who's hot. And you know what, guys? It's great to disagree. It's called being grown-ups. It's called debating. You know what? I don't agree with shit Meghan Small says sometimes, but I'm still a bitch.
It's not like I sometimes want to jump through the screen and strangle Paula, but we all still love each other.
I'm still her bitch. I'm still her bitch. So there we have
a difference of opinion, and I love to come on here and fight with y'all. Team Camilla, woo woo.
We love it, girl.
Rile y'all up. I'm the royalist on the panel. I'm the royalist. That's okay.
Anyways, thanks for being here, beautiful girls. And Andrew, thanks for being here. And please go subscribe to their channels, like their videos. And that's how you help us, guys. And follow us on Facebook, Royal Daily Tea. I saw that you have a Facebook account.
Yes, I have a Facebook. Send
me the link. Meghan Small, do you have a Facebook?
No, I don't.
Well,
I got enough going on, man. I got enough going on with a 4-year-old, okay?
I've been surprised that Facebook has been a lot easier than YouTube and less censoring.
Well, Facebook has been down today. Facebook, Meta, and Instagram were down earlier, so I don't know if it's still
really?
down. Yeah, they were all down. Having another weird outage.
So try to get a Facebook because that way it's I haven't received emails, so you have to take it down or review. Nothing, and I just got my little impromptu lives and I love it. So follow Michelle. Michelle, send me your link to your Facebook account so I can
Royal Daily Tea, but I'll send it to y'all.
Send me the link, because
okay, I gotta run here.
All right,
thank you.
Bye. Have a great day, guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye.